7-inch online, guys. Welcome to Convoy. Now this game, it's pretty much like FTL. I've heard that it's an FTL meets Mad Max crossover almost. I tried the tutorial there just to get a feel for the game before we jumped into it, and it's actually, I'm excited. I'm hyped. Like I was mad hyped when I discovered this game probably about a year ago or so, and I put it on my wish list and I just never got around to buying it. And then eventually on my birthday, one of my friends actually got that for me, so shout out to you. Thank you. I actually really appreciate that. You have no idea. And I'm excited. Like I said, like it's beyond belief. Let's jump in here with new game. I haven't even started a new game, so let's start on easy because I know how unforgiving and hard FTL is, so I don't want to jump into that just yet. Looks like we have different types of MCVs that I can select, but for now, obviously, I only have the one. Now, MCV is basically it's our main vehicle. We have to protect the vehicle. It literally just told me what an MCV is. Can't remember the name. But in any case, it's our main vehicle, and we have to protect it. And then how we protect it is by using our two smaller vehicles, our two escort vehicles. So this will be interesting. I'm going to go ahead and name that Roadrunner. I completely gapped out on the fact that they'd have names here, so Unit 1, eh? Go ahead and name Unit 1 Slayer. I'm just making these names up on the spot. Name Unit 2 Death Metal. So what do we got here? Is that? I'm actually not familiar with that. We got a cannon 60mm there, light MG there. I think it's just another empty slot actually. So pretty much the way how this game works is we're looking for parts to repair our ship, and so to do that we have to scour through this land here to find parts for our ship. As we do that, obviously we're going to be attacked, so we have to protect our MCV, and then who knows from there, we return back to wherever we come from. The game's based off of, it's kind of like FTL where you have damages, you have enemy combatants that will come into you. I can pause the game. I'm going to try my best to explain everything as I play, but I'm new to this game, so I'm not really going to know how to explain it correctly. Put it that way. Welcome to Convoy. After flying through an asteroid field, your spaceship was forced to make an emergency landing on the planet Omek Prime due to critical damage to its primary systems. The captain has ordered you to traverse the planet in search for replacement parts. Obtaining these will allow the spaceship to continue its mission. Alright. The captain wants you to collect the fallen parts and bring them to the spaceship. So we're looking for a compression coil, flux capacitor, multi-cellulose infused ethanol, self-sealing steam bolts. Omek Prime is a world filled with danger. 3 factions vie for control of the planet. They are the Privateers, the Raiders, and the Torvak. Managing to survive in this harsh world where most augments are settled with violence is key to your success. Any questions? I have some questions about my objectives, actually. What do you want to know about your objectives? Well, what about this compression coil thing? The compression coil is a device necessary to run the main engine of the spaceship, including the gravity, thrust, power plant, and life support. It is an integral piece of the trace compression block. Various sources around the spaceport claim that disgruntled former Torvak employee might have some information regarding the compression coil. People say that he's currently residing in a town called Shanty Sands. Okay. Flux capacitor. The flux capacitor consists of a rectangular shaped compartment with 3 flashing Gessler tubes, I guess. It requires 1.21 gigawatts of electrical power to operate. Omek Prime, as a local professor who should have access to a flux capacitor, and finding him might allow you to acquire this item, I swear to God. The multi-cellulose infused ethanol. Your food replicators have been damaged when you crash landed on Omek Prime. Whilst your ship might be operational without them, your crew refuses to fly off without the guarantee of a proper meal every day. After all, your crew is often quoted saying, "Ask not what you can do for spaceship Mercury, but ask what's for lunch." Oh my god. In order to repair them, you require multi-cellulose infused ethanol. After inquiring, you've been told that a local chemist runs an underground laboratory who might be able to synthesize the required multi-cellulose infused ethanol. Well, what about this self-sealing steam bolts? When steaming things with the bolt is important, but you lack the time for sealing them yourself, self-sealing steam bolts are the way to go. It's a tongue twister. While it might be argued that simply hiring better engineers to do the sealing as well would be a better option. Sadly, Spaceship Mercury does not currently have that luxury. A local corporation called Eiffels Incorporated has the self-sealing steamboats monopoly on planet Omec Prime. They are led by 2 entrepreneurs. You should try striking a deal with these 2. Okay. Well, what about these factions? Can you give me a quick rundown on them? The privateers adhere to the old private code of those that sailed the 7 seas on planet Old Earth. They are obsessed with wealth and frequently try to bully travelers into handing over their valuables. Privateer vehicles tend to be composed of whatever they've managed to pillage. This is why they're often spotted sporting Torvac shield generators and other equipment. The vehicles tend to be slower though. They're recognized on the map by their green color. Okay. The Raiders are a ruthless and bloodthirsty bunch. They delight in their suffering of others, often attacking travelers simply for the pleasure of combat. Raiders favor vehicles with loads of weapons. They tend to forego utility slots in favor of more weapon slots. This makes most of their vehicles glass cannons that need to be destroyed before they get any serious damage in. They're recognized on the map by their red color. And the Torvac? The Torvac are a mysterious group that favor technology over sheer numbers. They seek technological advancements in everything they do, exterminating everything and everyone that stands in the way of their perceived best course of action. The vehicles usually have a balanced mix between weapon and utility slots. Whilst their light units are quite fast, the bigger ones trade speed for bulky armor. They are recognized on the map by their blue color. Let's go then. Okay, so this is basically the world map here. I don't know. Can I shift it? I can't without moving. So our main objectives are these, obviously. So it will give me a heading. So when I click on one of these, it will be like, oh yeah, it's this way. Or, oh yeah, it's that way. And as far as I'm concerned, I can't really traverse the map any more than actually clicking on it. Side objectives. Point of interest is the Spaceship Mercury, which is where we're at right now, and the nearest camp is 94 kilometers this way. So I gotta obviously watch my fuel. I don't know what the fuel mileage is like. 259, 172, 239, 164. I feel like that would be the easiest ones because I don't have to screw around with the faction. Also looks like we're about to enter into Raiders territory. What is this here? Let's head over. The signal appears to be coming from an old saloon. There are several old cars in the front that look like they haven't been started in a long time. There's a foul stench in the air. The saloon seems so still, so dead, so forgotten. Suddenly, a large woman bursts through the saloon doors and she yells and cheers for you and your men to come inside. I don't know about that. I'm gonna leave the place. Large woman whistles loudly. You hear several engines start from behind the saloon and you realize you need to leave faster. Let's drive. You easily escape the pursuing vehicles and the saloon soon becomes a speck in the distance. See, if I wasn't in Raider territory, then I definitely would have been like, oh yeah, sure. But fucking Raiders, you can never trust them. Raider vehicles are on the horizon. Your radio picks up the following chatter. Warm it up. Everything you've got. Come on, you apes. You want to live forever? Let's get ready to fight then. You know me, I don't run from a fight. So, I can pause the battle at any time. I can't control the MCV, but I can control the other 2 vehicles. When I click on a vehicle, you'll see this green radius there. That's its range. So anything outside the range, it can attack. The red bar is the health, the blue bar is the armor. The armor, there's only certain weapons that actually damage armor. So the way armor works in this game is if you have like a, for example, I think this one has like a 9mm cannon or something like on it. Anyways, it only does damage to health. So if it does 10 points of damage and you have a 60% point armor value, it means that your damage is only going to be 4 technically. So any normal weapon that damages an enemy with armor gets reduced. However, if you have something like a plasma cannon that does damage to both armor and health, then it doesn't get reduced. It damages both. And then I'm sure there's weapons out there that can bypass through armor. So we got 2 on the back here. I'm gonna let them. Okay. Drive back. I'm gonna drive back a little bit. This might be premature, but let's EMP that just to keep it back for a little while. These things don't play around. Oh my god. There's a lot to take in right now, Jesus. Let's go ahead and EMP this guy back here.
Awaiting orders.
I still want to kind of just keep these two here. My plan, actually, you know what? Can I knock in? So I can also ram. Shit, there's something coming up ahead too. I can also ram into enemies. Let's get rid of him.
Standing by. Ready. Going east. Vehicle reporting.
Nice.
Standing by.
See, I didn't know what those skull and crossbones meant, or the skulls meant, but I figured it had to be something bad. So it's a hazard sign, so that's good to know. So we're kind of learning as we play here, guys. Anyway, so this should be pretty easy. I'm just gonna kind of keep pace here. Want to keep them close by. And zap that thing. We took a fair bit of damage, unfortunately, but it's our first battle. Nice. You find some loot in the wreck. So we got 13 fuel, 48 bolts. We found a light MG. Let's take all that loot. Let's go ahead and open the map up. That was fun. I'm interested. So this is our cargo bay here. It will show us whatever we pick up. So I have a light MG. In order to equip anything or do any kind of repairs, I have to actually go to a camp first. And then this will tell me where the nearest camp is, hopefully. Hopefully it's more than just the one. Should I head over there? Or should I continue on? Let's head over there, I suppose. The trading post has been built in the stretch of desert. It sports the signs of the KJL trading company. They appear to have hired several well-equipped privateer vehicles for protection. Let's radio them. Greetings, welcome to the KJL Trading Hub. What can we do for you? What do you have to trade? We're happy to trade. What is it you're interested in? So I reckon that this is pretty much the currency. Actually, I don't need anything to trade right now. So I still want to head down kind of this direction there. So there's blue territory there. That's the Torvac. You arrive at the office of Eiffels Incorporated, a large building which probably also houses the actual production facility, surrounded by an electrical fence. It looks exceptionally well defended. The fence has auto turrets positioned along its circumference. You see signs indicating a minefield, and heavy vehicle patrol the perimeter. Before you can approach any further, someone attempts to radio you. It's open communications. Welcome to Eiffels Incorporated. You have been cleared for a meeting with our chief executive officers. Please approach our facility on foot. We shall provide transportation at the gate. We wish you a pleasant stay. Let's approach the office then. You're taken inside the building, brought to a conference room, and told to wait. Let's wait. After some time, two slick-looking businessmen enter the room. Greetings, sir. My name is Samuel Eiffels, and this is my brother, Maxwell Eiffels. We welcome you to our fine establishment. Is it safe to assume you are here to acquire some of our steam bolts? Well, that's right. Naturally, we have some customers for our esteemed steam. Naturally, we may have some customers for our esteemed steam bolts. Of course, we may be able to strike a deal if you're willing to pay more than our other customers. We think that 500 bolts sounds like a fair price. It's too much for me right now. How unfortunate. I'm afraid we won't be able to lower our price. That would hardly be fair to our customers. I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere for your steam bolts then. You know, you have the monopoly. Quite right. I suppose we do. We realize your desperation. Considering the state of your spaceship, we are not unkind men. So we'll have a little endeavor for you to accomplish in return. We shall provide you with the steam bolts. Well, what is it? Eiffels Incorporated is always looking to expand. Such is the corporate life. You understand, right? There's one particular problematic individual standing in the way of progress, however. We would like you to head over to this individual and persuade him to part with the deed of his land one way or another. Your methods are none of a concern. Are we in agreement? I don't have much of a choice. Wonderful. We shall supply you with the coordinates of this particular individual. Please return to us once you have acquired the deed to his land. We shall have your steambolts ready. Good day, sir. Best of luck. You let out of the Eiffel Inc. building and return to your convoy. Let's move out. So, it seems like if I want these bolts, I have to acquire the deed to a plot of land, and I'll be given the steambolts if I succeed. As you drive along the road, you see several gruesome heads upon pikes. It looks like someone is trying to portray a message. Mission is too important to be intimidated. Let's keep going. Blood-spattered vehicles appear from out of nowhere. You will have to defend yourselves. I'm worried about death metal here, but... Oh my god.
Standing by. Ready and waiting. Standing by. Unit reporting. Sir.
Trying to keep an eye on everything right now. We gotta get out of that path there. That one should be fine.
Unit reporting. Ready. Unit reporting. Sir.
Gotta hug close to this guy. I don't think I'm actually doing anything from that point of view. Okay, let's keep this guy. Shit. Move over. Move over. Couldn't maneuver fast enough, unfortunately, but that's fine. I actually really like the way this is laid out in the combat and stuff, and it's actually on a grid system. Although it doesn't kind of seem like it right now. It is. And what I mean by that is that pretty much there's invisible squares that I can move on. So I can't just like click here and then he'll like just maneuver around. I definitely got to heal after this though. So we'll pull up there, we'll go over here. Now wait a second for this.
Ready and waiting. Roger that.
Kind of sandwich him in. Hopefully he prioritizes me. Doesn't look like that's the case, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and stun him again. I can also ram into him to get him to move into certain positions and stuff. But it obviously damages my vehicles too. You find some loot in the wrecks. 15 fuel, 50 bolts, soupy, oh my god, super heavy railgun. You feel a sense of pride in ridding the lands of these bloodthirsty maniacs. Let's go ahead and take this loot then, as our reward. I definitely, I feel like I'm pushing my luck right now. Nearest camp is 84 kilometers that way. Let's head over. I need to repair my vehicles here. Must be that right there. This also looks to be the edge of the map. You spot a wreck partly covered by sand. Time to put the hammer down. I can't afford to investigate it right now. Alright, let's camp. Alright. Not quite sure. Trying to repair it, but it won't let me for whatever reason. Wonder if I can equip this. I can. Nice. Let's move it to the front. Move that to the back, I feel like. That's probably the best idea. DPS is 7. 28. Oh my god. It's kind of a shitty machine gun, but this one can have 2. That's all it has. All it has is light machine guns on it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm clicking on it, but it doesn't want to... Doesn't want to heal. Oh. Oh, okay, I get it. It's one of those things I have to click on it. Gotcha. So let's get everything maxed out there. Okay. So handling and range on this thing is maxed out. Mind guard. Probably won't have to worry about that too much. Armor on this thing would be nice, but it has a good amount of armor right now. What I think would probably be better. I don't think I can upgrade the weapons, right? Doesn't look like it. Handling would be nice. Range, though. I feel like we'll do some minor upgrades on these vehicles here. Nothing major right now. I feel like that's good. Let's check the shop real quick. So I got a ballistics computer here for 40. I can't buy that, unfortunately. What does this do? The computer calculates long distance targeting vectors, improving a unit's range. I think this thing can have it. Could have it. What is the range on this already? Okay, so weapons don't have ranges. That's interesting to know. There's also a weapon here too. Buzzsaw. What is this? Medium rocket artillery if I had the money for it. My fuel looks okay right now. I don't think I should worry about my fuel too much. I don't know. That ballistics computer looks pretty nice, but I think I'm going to pass on it for now. Whether that's a good idea or not, I have no idea, but... Okay, so... Let's keep heading back out. Back into Raiders territory. Got a fair bit to go still. As you drive around the abandoned city, you realize all these alleyways and streets would be the perfect ambush location. Let's keep our eyes peeled then. There don't seem to be any activity. It's always good to be prepared though. It's good. Let's keep going onwards though. Let's get out of the city here. Stop in there. See what's going on. It's crack-a-lackin'. You arrive at the location Eiffels Inc. is seeking to obtain. Ah, gotcha. It appears to be a regular stretch of desert. There doesn't seem to be anything special about it. Well, let's investigate the area then. You discover that this particular stretch of desert houses a hidden privateer base. That certainly explains why Eiffel Inc. didn't simply sweet-talk their way to obtaining the deed to this land, if there even is such a thing. Let's hide and wait. You lie in wait, but there doesn't seem to be much activity in the base. You suspect that they are unaware of your location, though. Attacking them now shouldn't leave you at a disadvantage, but you could try to wait longer. Let's wait a little bit longer. Your patience has paid off. A large number of privateer vehicles has left the base, leaving it virtually defenseless. Now is the time to strike. See, that could have went to one of two ways, and that's how I was thinking. It would have either went that way, or it wouldn't have went that way. I didn't think that, like, nothing would have happened. I felt like a fucking caravan would have came in, or a convoy rather, AO, but a convoy of like just privateer vehicles would have showed up and I would have been screwed. Thankfully that's not the case. Let's go ahead and attack. Alright, let's bring you in here. Love the range on this. Looks like we got a pretty good stretch of land. Nice. That thing fucking melted it. Oh my god. Whew. Let's keep up with that. Move him back down a little bit. Let's go ahead and zap that. Move over. So you know what? Keep up on him. zap that. Oh, always forget. I got left mouse. Blast them. Woo! That's some good shit right there. You have successfully defeated all of the privateers and destroyed their entire base. You find some loot in the wrecks. 17 fuel and 56 bolts. We also found a shield. Nice. Mark IV. Whew. There doesn't seem to be any form of official deed to this place, but you doubt there ever was any to begin with. With the entire base in ruins, it is unlikely any more privateers will return in the near future. You should return to Eiffel Inc. to report your success. I suppose we can do that. We probably have a good amount of... Well, 49 isn't the best, but... Let's head down that way. I'm wondering what happens if you just run out of fuel out here. There's a foul stench on the wind. Let us not tarry for long. Let us hit that on my way over. See what this is about. You come across a raider outpost. They attempt to radio. Let's hear it. That's a mighty fine looking convoy you got there. How about you transport some of our wares for us? What kind of wares are we talking about? The don't ask damn questions kind. Are you interested or not? Very well. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. A light vehicle approaches your convoy and delivers some suspicious looking cargo. You'll get paid upon delivering them stuff. Will do. You leave the radio outpost behind you and continue your way. One of your engineers comes up to you and says they don't feel right about the cargo. Perhaps we should investigate before we deliver it. Let's investigate it. As you open the cargo, it turns to be a shipment of live human slaves. A deal is a deal. Let's deliver it anyways. Let's offer to return them home. The slaves are overjoyed to have been set free. They tell you the coordinates of their village, assuming it is still standing. Okay, well, I'm gonna return you guys home, but it's gonna be a little bit from now. So this is a really strong area right there. You arrive at the Eiffel's Incorporated office and are told that you were expected. Once again, you are led into the meeting room where Samuel and Maxwell are waiting for you. The privateers are dead. Yes, we had heard of your exploits. Marvelous. I trust they weren't too much trouble for one such as yourself. Well, you know what? I'm kind of a green captain out here, but I think I got a hang of this. Naturally, we should uphold our end of the bargain. We're trustworthy businessmen after all. I hope so. Your steambolts are being delivered to your convoy as we speak. Pleasure doing business with you. Goodbye. Before you have a chance to say anything in return, you're let outside of the office building. Damn businessman. A large cargo of steambolts is loaded onto your space convoy. They should be more than sufficient for your spaceship. Perfect. That's one thing down. Nearest camp is about 79 clicks that way. Let's head to the nearest camp. Several raider vehicles are approaching your convoy. The presumed leader taunts you on the radio by exclaiming, "I'm gonna destroy you." That's awesome. Alright, let's get into a better position here. I don't know what's gonna happen. Let's move you back here. I'm actually gonna blast this guy. Keep forgetting. Let's neutralize that guy. The fuck is that kind of weapon? Okay, take him out. Come on this side. Work on him as well. Between the two of them, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Once I get my EMP up. There we go. Let's EMP this. Let's move him over. Yep. Let's keep on top of him. He looks like the more scarier thing here right now. I'm confident that this one can take care of him. You know what?
Sir?
Let's ram him over. Oh, I got stunned? Damn. I didn't mean for that to happen.
Standing by.
Nice.